Welcome back. All right, this year's message at the Martin Luther King Jr. Breakfast is lifting the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through community involvement, volunteerism, as well as youth initiatives.
The 31st Annual Martin Luther King Jr. Breakfast is next Friday, and joining us now is Dave Harrell. He is with the City of Jacksonville's Sports and Entertainment Office. He's here to tell us about this year's big event and how you can get involved still, because you say there are still tickets available, and we'll get to that in a second. But first, let's talk about the theme of this year's event, because this is always a huge event in the community.
It is. Well, first, thanks for the opportunity to be on with y'all this morning.
Sure.
It's definitely a signature event for the city, the annual MLK Breakfast, and 31 years of history and tradition and the legacy that Dr. King left on the world is something that we love to celebrate. This event's a reflection point. So to be able to bring the community together, whether you're 8 or 80, and celebrate his life and remember the service and the sacrifice that he made is something that's very, very special. So we're honored to be able to produce it. It's something that we look forward to every year, and next Friday it's going to be a wonderful day.
And if you've never been to it, obviously there's a great time. There's a packed house, tables full of people in the city. But the keynote speaker each year is always something people look forward to. Who is it this year?
This year it's Vernice Armour, affectionately referred to as Fly Girl. She's the first African-American female combat pilot.
Awesome.
And so in Jacksonville, certainly we're known for firsts and being on the First Coast. And she's a real special lady and leader. And we're just touched that she's going to be in Jacksonville, Florida to be with us that day. Curtis, as you said, we'll have at least 1,500 people there. It's going to be a real inspirational morning. But to have Vernice as part of that program, I think is going to be a very, very unique opportunity for us.
Yeah, what a rock star. That'll be an additional incentive. If there was not one before, which there was, now there's an additional incentive to go.
And she brings a high level of energy to the programs that she does. So I think it's going to be something that no one has ever seen before in terms of the energy, enthusiasm that she brings to her performance.
Neat. Okay, so let's talk about if people still want to get involved, they can. You don't have to buy, you can buy tables. Can you still do that? Can you buy individual tickets? When's the deadline? What do we need to know?
So thank you for teeing that up.
Sure.
Today's the deadline. So tickets
just helping you out a little bit.
We appreciate that. Tickets are $40. You can certainly buy a full table, but if you just want to come because you want to be part of remembering Dr. King and what he stood for, we always want to be lifting his legacy, and this is about aiming for his dream too. So there's some action that comes out of this breakfast. This is something that we certainly want to continue to strive for the goals that he laid out. But if you go to jacksonmlkbreakfast.com, all the event details are there. There are tickets still available, and certainly we'd love to see a huge showing next Friday.
Yeah, it's there's a rich history on the First Coast, African-American history, and a lot of people, like many things of our city, that don't know how that history. Springfield, the whole downtown area, was the most affluent area for African Americans back, early 1900s, right?
It was. Certainly Springfield, La Villa, the tradition and the history that we've got in this community and the culture, I think, is certainly something that we're, very proud of. I think one of the venues that's very special to Jacksonville is the Ritz Theater and Museum. And if you ever get a chance, go to that place because it tells a very compelling story about that history. And it's something we're very proud of.
Good deal. Dave, thanks for taking the time to
come
in.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
We'll give you the information one more time just in case you want to jot it down.
That's right. 31st Annual Martin Luther King Jr. Breakfast is next Friday, January 12th at Prime Osborne Convention Center. Breakfast starts at 7. Buy your tickets now at jacksmlkbreakfast.com or call 904-630-3690.